First up is Mary and the Witch's Flower. This is a 2017 movie based on the book The Little Broomstick. And yeah, this movie is so delightful, so wonderful, so whimsical. It really feels like someone watched Kiki's Delivery Service when they were a kid and they grew up and they were like, hey, I want to do that, but my own way. And yeah, no, it's so good. It looks like a Studio Ghibli movie because it was made by some people who used to work at Studio Ghibli and made their own company. It feels like a lot of their movies kind of combined together, but it's so delightful and whimsical. The animation is just, oh, it's so gorgeous. And yeah, no, I don't have a lot to say about this movie besides the fact that it's so great and just, yeah, it's a fun story. It's a modern classic. I know that kind of gets thrown around a bunch, but it really, really is. This is definitely a movie that like you want to show your kids when you have kids when they're old enough. And like it starts off like a little scary for like the really little kids, but if they can handle that first scene, it does, like, things get scary a couple other times, but if they can handle that first scene and how intense it is, then they can handle the rest of the movie. Though I don't think a lot of people watching this has kids. That's okay though. I still recommend the hell out of this movie. It's so great, so wonderful. If you love this poster, you're gonna love the movie. And I love the cat too. I forget the cat's name, but he's so full of sass. It's great. So yes, watch this movie. Yeah. Next up is The Trial of the Chicago 7. This movie just came out on streaming on Netflix. And it's written and directed by Aaron Sorkin, who I love immensely, and you should too. I'm not going to list specifically who it stars because it's kind of more of an ensemble piece. I will mention a couple people in just a second, though. The basic premise of this is it's about the trial of the Chicago 7/8 that happened back in the 60s. So essentially, there were a bunch of people who were very anti the Vietnam War, and they wanted to protest that, and they were going to specifically do it at the Democratic National Convention, which was happening in Chicago. And so it was basically just like a bunch of different like college groups kind of coming together to protest this. And then eventually some riots broke out, and these 7/8 people got put on trial for starting those riots. And yeah, it's a fantastic movie. This movie's incredibly timely with, the actual riots that are happening. I would honestly describe this movie as like liberal propaganda, but in like the best kind of way, because like everything's true, and like as far as I can tell, this movie's incredibly accurate. Minor discrepancies here and there, but like if anything, this movie's more tame than what actually happened in real life. Like one of the bad guy characters is one of the government attorney people, and how he's described in real life is like a rabid bulldog, but in the movie he is way more sympathetic than that. So yeah, that's really interesting. The actors I was going to mention though, so if there was a main character, it'd be Eddie Redmayne's character. He does just a really solid job. That's kind of all I wanted to say about him, is he just did a really good job. Sacha Baron Cohen's in this as well, and I'm usually not a big fan of him. I'm not a big fan of like the Borat stuff or his other movies, but I found him very funny when he was meant to be funny, and when he was serious, it was very heartbreaking how serious he was. This movie, by the way, is also very, very funny, but then it's a very Aaron Sorkin movie, so it's funny and it's also a bit cheesy at times, but like it really delivers important messages. And the last actor I was going to talk about real quick was JGL, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's back, and it's so great to see him. I love him so much. He took a break to kind of work on his TV show and then spend more time with his family and stuff. But now it looks like he's kind of returning to like big movies and stuff, and it's really, really exciting. He doesn't do a whole lot here. He has like the first scene is kind of his big scene, and then he kind of does the little stuff after that. But he's good. So yes, I definitely recommend this movie. It's very timely, especially if you're very into this movie's about today. Even though it's about, Vietnam War, it's really about today. It's a good one. Definitely watch. And lastly is, oh my god. Okay, there we go. All right, lastly is Jonah Hex. This is a 2010 movie starring Josh Brolin, the second one of him, Megan Fox, the second one of her, John Malkovich, my second one of him, Will Arnett, my second one of him, Wes Bentley, my first one of him, I guess. Michael Fassbender, my fourth one of him. And then Michael Shannon, my third one of him, though I don't actually remember seeing Michael Shannon in this movie. He's there somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this movie was trash. I watched two good movies and like I didn't have a ton of time today. So I was like, let's just watch something that's really bad and really short. And this movie's only 80 minutes long, but holy crap, does it feel like forever. I think it kept my attention for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then I just stopped caring. It's just, I don't have the energy. This movie doesn't deserve the energy for me to explain how bad this movie is. This movie is a Western based off a comic book, and like they added a bunch of stuff apparently. I don't know. It was really dumb. Megan Fox, they put her in a corset, and so like she looks like insanely skinny. Like I'm not sure if they use CGI to make her look even more skinny, just like to a terrifying degree. Will Arnett he picked this role because he wanted to do like a dramatic role apparently, but it's just it's a waste of him. It's not even like a good dramatic role. He's just kind of there. Josh Brolin, he just doesn't move his mouth ever because he has a weird scar, and it's just hard to understand him, and it's just the horrible CGI, horrible everything. Everyone looks bad, and everything's just bad, and just don't watch this. This is a mistake. I should have shut this movie off. I did just play Animal Crossing for most of it. But yeah, no, it's dumb. Yeah, okay.